I would like to go over an overview of what we're going to talk about during this live, and also some of the assets that we cover and some of their, let's just say, their surges here that we've had today. XRP right now is up 6.2%, and we sit at the $1.91 level. We haven't seen these levels since 2021, early in the year. We've got the market cap approaching 110 billion for XRP. We've got Bitcoin down 1% on the day, or $1,000, but it does have an inverse head and shoulders setup. We've got Ethereum up 3.27%, or up 117 bucks. Still trying to play outside of the broadening wedge, and if it can get outside of it, we should have a pretty big return rally here for Ethereum. But some of the bigger numbers we'll get into, but we've had nice surges here on a couple of our assets today. And one is DGB, and the other one is XRP Healthcare, which is going absolutely ballistic right now. So we'll definitely get into that, and we'll look into that a little bit deeper as I get through the technical analysis. So right now, though, with XRP, we'll look at what could possibly be the consolidation levels, what could possibly end up playing into the levels of interest here for us if we want to continue our rally and push up towards the 2021 high that sits right around $1.98. That's going to be an area of major interest for us as we move forward. So we'll have to pay very close attention to that. But other than that, I'll make sure to, I'm going to do this more like as an update unless we end up having enough people here to where we have an open and honest discussion. But I'm going to start to do this in a fashion where I'm just going to go through the update. If I have questions, so be it. If not, I'm just going to do this in like 20 minutes and then I'm going to be on my way. So I hope everybody's having a blessed and safe weekend, but I want to get right into this. So good evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, November 30th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Yes, that very state where number unranked Michigan, 5-loss Michigan, went into Columbus today to beat them for a fourth straight time. Number 2, Buckeyes, fall to Michigan 13-10, but that's neither here nor there. So right now we've got XRP down, or up 6.23%, sitting at the $1.91 mark. We could be working on a massive flag here, but we'll see how the consolidation ends up playing out. We're going to have to really see. Our next main level is $1.98, which we came right up to today. That's our 2021 resistance. So being that that's the 2021 resistance, we have to break through that to continue this to the next layer. And right now, $1.98 seems to be somewhat of a wall here. Obviously in 2021, but right now, once we get through this level, we'll come through that $2.22, which is the first technical target out of the breakout of the descending wedge that went from January of 2018 all the way to, let's see, October of 2024. So it was a rather long process for XRP to break out. Rob, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Mo, I appreciate you also being in Tom's Army for over a year. And then Ali, thank you for being in Tom's Army for your first month. I greatly appreciate that. I'm on so late. I know I don't usually come on a Saturday, but I wanted to go over the charts here. I was thinking about doing an update, and then I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do it in a live setting. With college football and everything on right now, and with how it is, I figured it wouldn't be too hard to put this out. And then the interaction could just be questions and things like that. So I just felt like it would hit home a little bit better. So basically that's what I'm looking at, is that $1.98 mark now. If we can get past that $1.98 mark, we're off to the races to $2.22 if we hold it. Wasted Wolf, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year. Or for your first month with the I Told You So badge. Or I mean, what am I talking about? With the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. My mind still isn't working right because I can't fathom the way we beat Ohio State. So I'm like I'm in La La Land right now. As my voice you can tell. Balzac, welcome in. Ryan, good evening. Jan, welcome in. Love and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon badge. UK Phil, thanks for the continued support and being in Tom's Army for over 6 months. So this is one avenue that we have to cover today. Did we double top here? Maybe that's what we don't want to see. So we want to break past that $1.98 and start, you know, making sure we hold these areas. We had a nice recovery here, but now we're going to want to break out of this area before we lose $1.77. 1970 legend, welcome in along with XRP's biggest loser. Thank you both for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months along with Jesper. McMichael, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month along with Robert and Kelvin with the emoji beds and me being abducted by aliens. Ryan and Ombre, welcome in. Ram and Speed, is it still XRP poop? XRP poop. Yeah, maybe. Swid, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Out House Crypto News. James, I appreciate you jumping on board in Tom's Army this month as well with your first month. So that's what I'm looking at with XRP. Do we get past the $1.98, that 2021 high, and do we start pushing towards that $2.22? Or do we have a little bit of consolidation ahead of us? We'll find that out in a very quick fashion here. Very quick fashion. Remember, we've got this uptrend, so if we get rejected here, it's possible we could come back to that 171 area. So it's a very important area, too, at $1.77, if we would want to come back down in this uptrend. But very positive. Positivity here. Positivity. I don't want to see any victims. Swirlview, welcome. Jamie. I think Swirlview, I said welcome, but thanks for being in Tom's Army for 2 months with the Dusty's Out House Crypto News. And Swirlview, thanks for joining Tom's Army this month. I appreciate that. JW's been in Tom's Army for over 2 years, and I greatly appreciate that, JW. With the 589 Moon Badge. Jason, hey, Tom, does your XRPH wallet show the correct? Yeah, see, okay, on the XRPH wallet, all you have to do is go into send or receive, and then you'll see the correct wallet. Just hit send because it hasn't updated. Mine didn't update until I sent some to see how it worked on another exchange and then sent it back. But once I sent it, it updated my wallet holdings. So all you have to do is go into your XRP Healthcare app and then put in that you want to send XRP Healthcare and type the amount, and it'll show you the correct amount when you type it in. They're just upgrading the interface with their AI, so on the home page of it, it's not always accurate. But I can assure you it works properly. I even sent stuff off of there as much as in the last 72 hours to test out the system. And it worked fine. But yeah, XRP Healthcare is something that we'll have to talk about today, as it's up 61% today. I advised everybody to buy it at 2 cents. I started buying at 1.7, have a 2.1 cent average. And I said this is going to be my biggest sleeping giant of them all. And it's within the XRP ecosystem. It's on the ledger, and it's XRP Healthcare. But I believe this is going to be huge. And they only have 99.6 million, not billion, million tokens ever that can be in circulation. Right now, I'm up almost 600% on these holdings in the last like 7-8 months. So somebody said, why would you waste your time on Jasmine? Well, because XRP is not the only thing that you're allowed to hold. So if you have the capital and you can find other hidden gems, you shouldn't just hold XRP. So I think look at it from an open mind. Don't just, see what I'm saying here? And our XRP bags have been packed since 34 cents. So, but look at this with XRP Healthcare. Does anybody see what I'm seeing here? That could be a massive bull flag. And if this plays out, guys, I mean, I talked about how huge this is going to be one day, how this is going to be my biggest bag. This is looking like it's going to try to finish this cup if it can complete this all the way up. And look where that cup is all the way up. First layer is right around 23 cents. Second layer is 29. If it gets past 29.4, look out. And you want to talk about an early into this? This thing isn't even close to where I want it to go. And I don't know, it could drop off huge because it went to 18 cents. So you see now we had that beautiful consolidation. And now in the 2 hourly, it came to the bottom, did not make a new low. And now it's pushing back up. If this finishes like this, we could be in ultra bullish territory. It just all depends. It's giving us the optic here that we could just surge out of here. But it was all the way up to about 17 cents. So after the big surge, we had a correction of 35%. This one is not for the faint of heart. You have to know what you're looking for. I've proclaimed a lot in this utility run that swing traders are going to get hammered. So that's XRP Healthcare. So whoever has that, I appreciate you taking the time with me over these past months. We staked it for 6 months while the XRP Healthcare app, the XRP H wallet, allowed you to. And now it's just a pretty crazy thing. And then the only way that you can really buy it in the US right now, because they don't allow it for us on MEXC anymore, for USA users, the only real way to really do this is to go on Coinstar, but the up-down charge is pretty interesting on there. Right now I have exposure to Ethereum as I put out that trade earlier. I talked during the live, and we really talked about that area, because this is going to tell us if we're going to have a quick continuation or not. And now it looks like Ethereum's starting to break out of this broadening wedge. Remember, we bought it within here, and we had the stop loss down here because we were front running this again after I sold it yesterday once it consolidated. Now look, or this morning, now look at it. Now it seems to be looking like it's about to bust out here on Ethereum. Ethereum looks like that's what I was asking Dylan just a minute ago, if XRP's got a Batman top forming. But we won't know that until we see how this plays out. I'm not gonna say it does. It's just that's something you have to potentially watch out for. But look at Ethereum. It looks like it's about to surge up near 3,800, then 4,000, or 3,830, and then 4,000. I also think something that's playing in our favor right now is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin plays this inverse head and shoulders, it could be very interesting if this plays out. If it plays down, it'll still be interesting, but it could be in a different fashion, if you hear what I'm saying. But right now, Ethereum is attempting for a third time here to break out. First time it came back down for more support. Second time it consolidated some. This third time looks to be the one. Looks to be the one here for Ethereum, possibly. And that's an interesting dynamic here, because it looks good for XRP at $1.94 almost. The bull run hasn't even technically started. The utility run is going to be unlike something most of us have ever seen. I'm just being honest. Like, it's going to be something we've never seen. This is going to be different. This is going to be different in a way that we've been planning for, but like I said, when it happens, we're still not even going to be prepared. Even if we hold stuff, we're not going to be prepared for the dynamic shift that we're about to take, and it's absolutely remarkable, and I'm so happy. Like, I'm the happiest person in the world right now because we stuck to our guns, and we've actually got what we wanted. We didn't let fear control us, is what I'm trying to say. So we've got what we were looking for and then some. And now we just let this market, we do what we need to do here. We can sit back and watch, like DGB today as well, up 41%. I spotlighted this yesterday and said it was in a pennant flag. I kept talking about it yesterday. Pennant flag. Pennant flag. I was just showing the technical targets off here. These were technical targets. I don't want anybody to be confused, but these were the technical targets, first, second, and third layer. But this was a nice pennant flag by DGB yesterday. Very nice pennant flag. Downtrending resistance, uptrending support on the flag consolidation. And it had a move up to 1.7 cents, the short term. Our technical move up was 1.64. We've already fulfilled that 1.7. And now if we get on top of that, now we can start to make a serious run around that 2 cent mark. And this is something we have to do. We're going to come up here eventually at 2.1 cents, but I think this is going to be one of my biggest bags ever. I think it's going to outperform many of the things I own. And my average is right around 0.0068 roughly. So I really think this is going to be one that's going to, this one's going to run up there with some of the big boys. Maybe not nominal value as in dollars and, up to as much as like an XRP. But I believe this is one that has real utility. It's in the Internet of Things, so it's going to be in part of the utility run. And only having a total circulating supply of about 20 billion tokens, it's got room to run here. A lot of room. It's got a lot of room to run. So I have a lot of faith in DGB. It's why I'm XRP future millionaire with the side bet on XLM and future Digibyte. OG, it's the reason why I always say that. I used to say it more, but the reason why I always, continue to try to push that agenda. IOTX right now is up 7.5%, which is nice to see. HBAR consolidated 5.3% out of a huge surge yesterday over still almost 17 cents. So it's been a great day. It's been a great day. I still feel like AMP's getting ready for another layer. I bought a few more AMP. I'm back up to about 160,000 AMP. I added about 60,000 on this consolidation after I sold a couple 100,000 after the huge surge. But I want to have a nice exposure here, because if it does break this next level, we should be testing that 1.1 cents to finish this entirety here. So could be something getting hot here in the works. VELO still doing fantastic. I can see that I can't see the comments, and that's okay. I'm not going to stress about that. I'm just going to do this in an update fashion. I think in some ways it's better, because then I just kind of focus on what I'm doing and don't get swayed by public opinion one way or the next. Just make sure if you're passing by to hit that like button. But that's about it. So XRP here. If we can break this $1.98, it's our second attempt through. I don't want to say we're in a Batman top, because it looks more like a bull flag than Batman top. Bullish consolidation. Now it would hinder on the fact that I still think having it at $1.97 is okay, because that's the 2021 high. So that's why I'm putting a lot of credibility in that area. If we want to break that area, that's one thing. And it would be huge, because then we could come to 222. But ladies and gentlemen, I talked about this morning. Does anybody else see what's going on here? Look how big this cup would be all time. This would be an all-time cup. And then I've put out the W reversal for a long time. I put it back up so we could see it. Biggest W I've ever seen. But isn't this the start from all-time highs in January of 2018? A massive cup. And we're just trying to come back around 7-8 years later. Think about it. This is a massive cup. And we are rounding the bottom. We even tried here for a fake out, but it just created the W. Imagine if this is something I talked about years ago, and I've talked about all in 24 as well. Imagine if XRP, and now it looks like there's some credibility here, because now we're not at 50 cents when I'm saying it. The W, remember I said, if it comes up, it's the biggest W I've ever seen. Imagine it comes up here, consolidates back to like here, and then it comes out to that $5 area. That's our technical target out of this over almost 7-year descending wedge. And I'm willing to call it a descending wedge. And those are very bullish consolidations. So if that's what's happening, it's going to be a very, very big run, this utility run. And some will be disappointed because they bought XRP at $1.50 or $2 or $2.50, and they're going to say, what the fuck, it only went to 8 or 10 or 5. And we're going to sit there and say, man, we bought it at 34 and it's at what? I've never, since I've done XRP lives and technical analysis and done these updates for you guys, and I've done it since March of 2021. I've never missed a day. I've never been able to say XRP's at $2 and change, ever. Right now, our $3,400 investment is at $19,200 and some change. Some of you, I know, it's been life-changing experience right now. There's no way to replicate this moment, because the only way to do this, and I've tried to push this point for years, you don't become rich in a bull market. It's everything you did in the bear market on the bottom when nobody wanted it, when you didn't even know if it was the bottom, but you just had the conviction and understanding in the charts, and you tried to make a positive and a informed decision here. And obviously, for some of you, you've realized you hit the jackpot. Even if you were to sell out your entire crypto holdings now, you've hit the proverbial jackpot. If I sold out 10,000 XRP, the $3,400 it cost me to buy for 10,000, I can cash it out for a cool 19,300. You got to pay taxes on it, but the point is that's a life-changing amount for many people. Imagine if you only had enough to buy, hey, you had enough to buy 1,000 shares or tokens of XRP. You had $350 to your name. Now you're sitting here with almost $2,000 and you can't believe it. There's many people in my audience that are in that position. So, it's pretty remarkable when you start looking at, then some of you that are in some of the things with me, you're not just looking at XRP sitting at the highest level since 21. You're sitting on a DGB move the same day of 43%. You're sitting on a XRP healthcare move of 62% today, and it's up almost 600% this month. You know, I don't often talk about a lot of them, but there's a reason my IOTA bag is very, very close to being topped off at 10,000 now. My averages from the time it was put on HOTCOIN to now, it's getting near 20 cents now. So it's higher than I wanted. But the point is I had the due diligence to continue to add to it. And I'm within 1,000 IOTA now of having 10,000 IOTA. So I feel very good about that. Very good about that. Especially if it were to reverse and correct like 50%. I could eat on HOTCOIN now. I could absolutely eat now that it's set up the way it is. So I'm looking forward to that. But in this market, promising. The other thing that's promising, and the reason why I haven't pulled up the comments on my phone, one, because I think sometimes I interrupt the show by, and I had some great constructive criticism in the comments. Some might think that I can't take constructive criticism, but I crave it because it tells me what I can improve on. But USDT, the Tether Treasury, they printed some money today, folks. Oh, they printed some money. So Tether prints 1 billion. Another reason why I wanted to come on today. I know I seen this. I should say USDT or USDT mints. Oops. I could go to Twitter, X, whatever, USD mints. 1 billion. So, one day ago, according to Whale Alert, and there's more evidence today, but this at least shows what I'm talking about. On November 29th, according to Whale Alert, what the hell is this? Monitoring, Tether Treasury issued an additional 1 billion USDT. Since November 8th, Tether has issued a total of 14 billion USDT. So, I mean, that's USDT. Here we go, another one. I knew I wasn't crazy. So, Tether expands USDT reserves. Restricted IP. So, oh yeah, because that's BitGat. Wouldn't want to push to their, anyhow. So, Tether mints 1 billion USDT on Tron this time to meet market demand. So Tether mints 33 billion USDT in a year. So Tether continued its aggressive stablecoin expansion, minting 1 billion USDT on the Tron blockchain just weeks after a similar Ethereum issuance. Whoa, what's the Tron price at right now? Remember how Ethereum surged after this? What is the Tron price at? And right now we seem to be having a little bit of a retracement market-wide. So this would be a good time to monitor the market and start seeing where some good trades might open up. But where's Tron at right now? Where is Tron at in the market? And then we're going to finish reading that. But remember how Ethereum surged? Now that it's on Tron, there's going to be $1 billion flowing through the Tron. So that's TRX. Let's see what we're looking at here. Oh my. That's not it. Let's see. 20.5. Oh, fuck. So with the issuance of this, I don't know, a lot of times when we first see this, we start to get, that's not what I wanted to see out of Tron. I mean, it's not bad, but it looks like a head and shoulders could be built. So to go snooping around there might be a little difficult. Just like Ethereum looks like it's coming towards a consolidation moment. Like it got a rejection there. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It looks like it's going to turn into a reversal and backtest this now. Unless that's an inverted hammer. Could be. But we haven't backtested this. So the fact if we get rejected there, we could find ourselves at 3,683. In fact, I think it's warranted. I think now if you had a run up earlier, you can take your money. And then you buy the breakout just in case this turns into a back test or a double top, or well, you can make up your own decision. But yeah, that money being printed on Tether is big news. So the latest issuance caps a record-breaking month for Tether with 16 billion USDT minted in August alone. This brings the annual total to an impressive $33 billion, highlighting the surging demand for stablecoins in DeFi and crypto trading. Tether increases supply to meet stablecoin demand, which is incredible. That's a lot that they're minting. So just be aware that that happened, and oftentimes that front runs a move. Remember that Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin nears New York approval, with the launch expected on December 4th. The crypto fear and greed index right now, let's get up to the minute, is surprisingly at 84. Extreme greed, it hasn't gone up much. Yesterday it was at 78, but it's kind of been stationary here. We'll get into some liquidations here in a minute. So let me just see if there's anything that I need to look at the comments, anything noteworthy. And then we're going to continue on, because I've only got a little bit of time left. Just a little bit of time left. I want to go back to watching my college football, but I wanted to come on to update everybody as well. But it is Saturday, so you know how it goes. Let's see. I do love everybody who's messaging, but there's so many messages I just can't. You know how it goes. Justin Clark, thank you for sending a YouTube super chat. Your 5th YouTube super chat. Sent $14.99. Is also in Tom's Army for over 1 year. I really appreciate that. Said, Tom, I purchased 50,000 of XRPH at 9 cents. So glad I did it. Looked promising and a lot of value in it. Thank you for what you do for all of us, and God bless you and all and these close to you. Thank you so much for that, Justin. Yeah, that's a long-term hold for me. So even whatever happens, that's just like with XRP. I'm waiting for the end game here. Basically, what I'm waiting for is a time where it becomes my currency, if that makes sense. John Sampson, thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands badge. Says constructive feedback. Stop being so awesome. I like that kind of constructive feedback. And he sends a $4.99 donation. Thank you so much for that. Pumpmaster Flash, you funny I called Kanto. Yes, you did. I remember you talking about Kanto. But anyhow, let's get back. Sorry, I gotta have a laser focus today so that I can get through what I need to get through. I appreciate 257 of you tuning in as well. It means a lot to me, especially with college football on right now. If there's any Buckeyes in the house, I feel your pain. I lost to you guys for so many years that it feels good the last 4 years, especially this year that took the cake, because we are not a good football team. We don't have a quarterback. We threw for like 48 yards today. But next year, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And we got, apparently the tide shifted, and now we are at least for the rivalry for now, it's in our favor. But you got to stay humble. What happened in Ohio is they lost their humility. And it's the same thing that happened in Michigan in the 90s. We lost our humility and didn't think we could ever lose to Ohio State, and then we could never beat them. It's funny how quickly that happens. So until you find that desperation, it's not going to change. Anyhow, the liquidations here have been pretty 50-50 today across the market. 118.88 million in longs liquidated, 116 million in shorts. It makes me sick, to be honest with you. That means 235 million of retail traders' money like you and I was liquidated. Think about that. 234 million of our money, almost 235, was liquidated instead of being in spot positions when we're having an absolute epic utility surge in utility tokens. Can't make it up. In XRP, we're at $1.92. Watch the liquidations of some that might be a little greedy, might be trying to gain extra exposure, might be trying to front run the market, calling out shorts. Today, with XRP going to $1.90, it's at $1.92.8. We're rejoicing right now. If you have 10,000 tokens and you bought it anywhere near where we did at 34 and 23 or 38 and 24, you've turned in less than $4,000 into over 19,000. But now, if you're leverage trading, liquidations, you had 17.5 million in short liquidations and 14.5 million in long liquidations over, some of the top exchanges. That's $32 million of XRP that was liquidated from retail like you and I, because we're a little bit greedy, right? We're trying to run the market with money we don't have. It's just like buying stuff with a credit card. We don't have it. We should be building it up with futility and be doing it in a way that we understand how we're building a portfolio. Leverage trading's fine, but if I'm being honest with you, in the entirety of my portfolio, I have $400 towards leverage trading at any given time. My portfolios combined are worth, I don't even want to think about it because when I first put them together, it was like $7,000, my portfolio, maybe 8 or 9 total with everything. And now to know it's at like I said, I don't really want to talk about it because my mind can't wrap around it yet. And we're not even into the utility run, but it's getting to a point to where now it's like, oh my God, I'm like $40,000-$50,000 on these investments now. And it was like a $9,000 total investment throughout everything, XRP healthcare and all the other cryptos we own. And now to see it surging like that, it's like, it's almost scary because it's like, I think it's over with what XRP healthcare is doing. It's got to be approaching 50 maybe. So you're talking about a 5-bagger overall with the portfolio. And we're just getting started. And this is only the recent portfolio. So, but seeing $32 million get liquidated, knowing that I started with $200-$300, built it up, and then it turned into $3,500 in that nice run in 21. And then it turned into 18,000. Then it turned into more precious metals. Then it turned into more commodities. Then it turned into all these. Then it turned into all this. Now it's turned into half a 6 figures, and it's more. Almost. We're getting closer. We're getting close to something significant here. But seeing $35 million or $32 million get liquidated from XRP traders like you and I for a little greed, don't want to do it the right way, want to have a little bit too much risk, like they want to play in the casino. And XRP sitting above $1.92, approaching $1.93. It's scary to think that much money today got liquidated out of the hands when XRP had a great day up better than 7%. That $32 million lost its way from retail into the exchange and the market makers and just basically stole it from us again. The rich get richer and the poor become even more poor because they want to make money too fast. The number one lesson I can teach retail, you have to have patience. Greed will get you every single time if you're not patient. I bought XRP at 34 cents in 2023, and it took until now to be able to be like, oh my goodness, it's now we're starting to move. But also understanding that I don't have the money in there that I was ever going to spend, even though I wanted to. If I might have had to buy something, I have a wall now with other finances that I can use. My crypto was supposed to be separate. So no matter how big or how small those portfolios got, I could let it do its job and I could continue to invest in it. Some months are harder than others with how much things are going up. Some months are easier. For me on YouTube, this was a good month. So it'll be a little bit easier to get through the next month. Trading's been great the last month. So it's obviously when the portfolio has gone up 5x in a month, combined through everything I own, it's scary. When you think about it, it's scary. Because it's how, you're not used to having this much. So my best, like I said during this whole process, my most fun is building the portfolio. The most fun I have is building it up and finding the gems before they start breaking out. Now it's getting to a point where it's like, holy smokes. Getting to a point where it's like, man, oh man. Now, real quick, let's look at the Bitcoin liquidations, because I think there's a very good play lining up for Bitcoin. You just got to have some testicular fortitude. I think we're going to go to the liquidation zone up here at some point. Look how big the liquidations are adding up. If I do this properly, and I go into the monthly, you're going to see just how big it's built up over the last month. Whoops. The weekly's fine, but I need to go to the monthly so you can see over the month of November how that level is stacking up now. It's crazy. And believe it or not, tomorrow's December. I'll be 41 next month. I've never felt better in my entire life. I've never been in the shape I've been in right now. I've never felt as good as I do. And almost 3 years back in the gym and lifting weights and doing that kind of stuff, I've never been as muscular and never as toned. It's just a good feeling to be able to do what we're doing here and, try to cleanse ourselves along the way. So once you get to 99,000, and look at this, it's crazy. 99,700. There is 786 million in short liquidations. 99,750. 891 million. You know what? 891 million in short liquidations. 100,880 million. Look at all this liquidation. I can almost with certainty say we're coming up here before we collapse. See that massive inverse head and shoulders? I'm going to play this inverse head and shoulders. See that massive inverse head and shoulders? I'm going to do it right now too, actually. I'm going to look at it because Bitcoin was down today. Let's see where Bitcoin sits in the middle of all this liquidity. Because Ethereum I'm not done with. I just took the profit from earlier because I could see it was looking like it was coming towards a back test to start. So I'll be looking at it at 3,685 if you're somebody who ran it from down here earlier up to that resistance. So Bitcoin. We're trying to figure out Bitcoin here because this is going to be a big tell as well. And that's on a big inverse head and shoulders. So where is that spot at? Okay, that's a good question because now we need to figure this out. So if this inverse head and shoulders plays out, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, the area, let me get to that. So right here, this is an inverse left shoulder. It looks like an inverse head. This formed an inverse right shoulder. So technically, you'd be looking to back test the neckline right around 95,658. So if you're looking, let me see if this adds up. Just real quick. Let me just see if this adds up real quick. So if we went from here to here, that's basically our neckline down below if we wanted to do it like that. So we wouldn't want to break below this area. So, I mean, technically, Bitcoin could come all the way down to like 94,300 and not invalidate the inverse head and shoulders. Now, in reality, you would like to hold this point right here. Have this be your area where it's very strong support. So if I'm timing an entry, I'm looking at either 95,000, because we're going to, I guarantee it, we're going to run up there at some point and fill that leverage. And I can't say, I take that back. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't guarantee it, but within 99% certainty and that 1% chance that we just fully liquidate, especially because tomorrow, you know, we're within 5.5 hours of the 1 billion XRP dump by Ripple in the monthly escrow. So we'll see what happens here. But this isn't like what you guys are used to. I'm telling you, they actually are going to benefit from putting these on the market right now. There's a lot of demand right now. So it can either come with Bitcoin somewhere around here, or it's going to hold that 95,784. But mind you, this inverse head right here, like if you went boom, boom, and this is the inverse right shoulder, if you lose this, you invalidate that structure. And then you'd have to create a newer one, but you couldn't come down much farther than 92,928 roughly. So it's in our best interest here for Bitcoin to hold up here. But I don't think it's ready just yet. I think it has this consolidation that it's warranted. It's not lying to us. Bitcoin's not lying about its pattern right now. It's actually reinventing it, which is nice because it's not lying. And what I mean is it's not going outside the box. You can respect this when it stays in the box. See how it stayed in the resistance? You can respect that. Because then you know that's your big resistance. See how it looks like an ovary? That's an inverse head and shoulder for all the men and ladies out there. It always looks like an ovary. So if you don't know what an inverse head and shoulders is, just go to your human anatomy of the female body and just look for the ovaries. So some of you might not know what it is. You might not have ever found that area, but I assure you that that's what it looks like. You can go into your books, but you know, that's as far as I'll go. So we're looking at the inverse head and shoulders, and we're looking for a bounce off of this area. And I'm looking to get long here a little bit for that move to liquidity. I'm starting to trade very well, managing the liquidity pools. And I see a massive liquidity pool lining up way up there. Way up there. And I want to take advantage of it like I've been with Ethereum. So we'll see what happens. So, I mean, something like this. I mean, could we validate the uptrend? It seems to be like it's in that area. Could be like that too, though. So it's, I would probably say something like this would be more efficient. But I mean, look at that. We could be forming something like this and we're just early. And as long as it stays within that, that's the consolidation on the inverse right arm. I mean, I like that. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes down into that area. And then let's just say you take a trade from 95,773. That I would only advise 5x, so that's going to be about a 30%. You're going to have to risk the bottom down near 90,000. You could say, well, I'm not going to ride it past here, which is warranted. You could say I'm ending it here. And then once it breaks the neckline, it's done anyhow. So then it would only be about a 15%. But just do a small trade, $100. $100. If you're right, it's going to pay off anyhow. Don't get too overzealous, though, because we're on a consolidatory moment. As you can see, XRP's at $1.91.7. So, hopefully that analysis helps somebody out there. Hopefully that helps somebody, because I got to go back to the family now. It's Saturday. That was a good 40 minutes. I think we covered a lot. Yes, don't forget to give thanks to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That is very true on this most holy of days. Yes, Brad Garlinghouse doing 60 minutes is tomorrow. What did TDX say? It's not the overdose. It's the early. Oh, what did I say? It's not the over. Come on, baby. What did he say? It's not the. Jeez. Oh, I forgot I said that. Everybody's talking about the. Yeah, I see what's going on here. You should sell a bag to pay off your initial investment. The rest is house money. Jared, my bag I bought at 34 cents with the 10,000 plus. I actually bought more at 38 cents and did exactly what you did, and I measured it out. And I sold it, and it was for $5,800, and it paid off my entire holdings. So the side bag I bought at 38 cents because we got an opportunity this year. I actually did that and did exactly what you said. Everything I own in crypto right now is on house money. So that's what I'm saying. It seems like it's surreal to me right now because I've done it so strategically this entire way through that individually I was able to spawn off cryptos just based off profits and then spawn off more cryptos and it's just been craziness, honestly. It's been a crazy, crazy thing. But Tom Brad is not on 60 Seconds tomorrow. Check for yourself. Okay, so that is not confirmed. Well, then that must have been a big fight. I've seen it been perpetrated so much that I just assumed that it was true. So maybe it's not true. I guess we'll find out tomorrow together, huh? I guess we'll find that out. But guys, I'm gonna go hang out with Julie. I think this has been a spectacular live, but I'm gonna end it here. I do appreciate all the support. I'm glad that we were able to do this. It's the very end, so I'm gonna start waiting until the end to show this. If you're looking to get into crypto, if you're trying to buy XRP, I'm not gonna do this through the whole lives anymore during my updates. Just hey, at the end maybe you'll see it. But if you're trying to get into crypto, BITUNIX is where I like the most. It's where I like the leverage trade and spot trade, but my leverage, I don't leverage trade anywhere else because it's the lowest fees. You don't need a KYC or VPN because there's no banks involved. You're just sending or receiving from another crypto exchange. And then if you offload so you get your profits, you're going to send them to wherever your home base is. Mine's crypto.com because I'm verified there and yada, yada, yada. It's available in the USA. And I have my DGB. If you're looking for DGB, they have it there. I also own XLM, ZIL, VChain, VThor, and IOTX on that exchange. HOTCOIN, I have my almost 10,000 tokens now of IOTA. It's been on HOTCOIN, and it's been about a 4-week process for me to build it up since it's been on HOTCOIN. I also have HBAR, and I have VELO on there. So those are my three nights. Those are like the three-piece right there. So I like those on HOTCOIN. And yeah, so no VPN or KYC on BITUNIX or HOTCOIN. But crypto.com, you're going to have to get verified. I have the crypto debit card too, and I love it. So just one thing. If you want to send a donation, you can do PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo if you don't like YouTube. Or you can always join Tom's Army like the fine people you see in front of you in the comments that have the emojis next to them. Those are all members of Tom's Army that have paid it forward. Or you can send a super chat, but it is not, you're not asked to do that. I do all my content for free for a reason. If you feel the need to pay it forward, so be it. If not, hopefully you subscribe to the channel so at least we can be a one big family and I can see it in the numbers. Right now we have 28,500 plus subscribers on our journey to 30,000 subscribers. So I appreciate it. We're watching Bitcoin's liquidity levels for short traders. It gets massive once you break 99,800. There's billions of dollars in liquidation up here, and it just extends all the way through 100, and about 2,000 would maximize the capacity, 102,500. So a lot of people, I believe, are going to get liquidated. That's a huge inverse head and shoulders. I believe you can build into a position, have a stop loss under 90,000, and if it invalidates it, so be it. But if you're looking to buy a trade, there is an inverse head and shoulders there on Bitcoin, and I think it's pretty apparent there. So have a blessed day, everybody, and I'm glad we could do this twice. Stay respectful, stay humble, and keep it straight and narrow, and stay